Throwing is Smith. Caught here left side by Britt. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Smith. Looking for Britt. Intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down. In motion right, that's Burks. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Slot man moves right. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Jackson will throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The New York set to take the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back to throw, Smith. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Geno now to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens offense back out there. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Jackson now. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They're going the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Throwing is Jackson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York ready to go again offensively. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out. Got on third down. Smith. Down, Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a carry for Allen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Allen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. Allen. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try the air now with Smith. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Smith. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Woods. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. To throw is Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run. This is Allen. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Braylon Allen, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have regained the lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
York on now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll send a tight end in motion right. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, connecting with Kohler. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Got his target. That's Kohler. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion right, one of the tight ends. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw again is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Jerry Jeudy, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we'll keep the Florida theme going as we head north to check on the Jags at home in Jacksonville. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Will Levis with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Keon Coleman, a touchdown reception.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Jets offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And he's putting together a remarkable season, currently the NFL's leader in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead seat to the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as a tackle made at the 18. The slot man in motion right. Now Jackson. Going to the right here and finding Burks. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Traylon Burks, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Jackson going to run, and he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And the option play works on the 2-point try. What'd you think of the call?
I like the call. What you're worried about, though, is if the defense blitzes the play. And if they do, what your answer is, the option. Why? If they blitz it, the quarterback has a chance to get rid of it to a trailing back. That one worked pretty well there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Jets offense and Braylon Allen getting set for this next possession. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry together, and it's been on full display throughout the contest. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They start the drive with a give to Allen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Smith. And this complete to Mitchell. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Geno. Flush to his right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Throwing is Smith. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Smith. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Allen. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Allen. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Here's Smith. That is caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. York now for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now. as he's on for the 5th time here today. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The drive starts with a run by Allen. He'll get this to about the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. Allen. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Geno now to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. So, Charles, I mean, this is just becoming an exhibition now on how to rush the passer.
Yeah, and I can't help but laugh a little bit because I'm enjoying what we're watching. This is coming from a guy who was in college just a year ago. And we keep harping on their evaluation. They saw not just a guy who could rush the passer, but could rush the passer well. And that's why they took him as high as they did.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing now is Geno. He's got Allen. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Again, Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Smith. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a first and goal.
Out of the gun, Smith. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
At the Ravens 7-yard line.
Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now Smith on third and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Geno Smith taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle. Second down and 8. Now it's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to...
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Eric Armstead able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Jets are going to get a new set of downs. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. And the tight end goes in motion left. To throw is Smith. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. The York on now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. Jackson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Will McDonald, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And the Jets will take over. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. In motion right is Wilson. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Allen here on the screen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
At the Ravens' 43-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Allen. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw.
Rhodes. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Up the middle they go. It's Allen.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Play action. Now Jackson. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Rhodes. Caught here left side by Britt. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Allen, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. From the gun, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Jackson will throw again. On the out route, he's got Burks. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Slot man moves right. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Oh, and a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 143 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second down and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Allen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.